Alrighty then, I'm about to break camp and start walking. It's still pretty early, but I can't sit here any longer. So I thought I'd take a quick second here. I'll try to make it quick and just go over what I brought on this trip. Now my gear loadout changes every single trip depending on time of year and weather and how long I'm going to be gone and how far from civilization I end up being. So this is pretty much for my overnighter shoulder season exploratory setup, we'll call it. So alright, I guess I'll start with the tent. As the tarp tent notch again. I slept with it opened up like this last night. It was great. I could look outside a little bit, and got the other side pinned down. Didn't even need the other vestibule. Performed great. Love this tent. Glad it was small because I had to kind of rustle in here between some trees. But notch stayed the same. Could have brought the hammock. That might have been nice. That's probably the last time for the notch. It's gonna warm up and I'm gonna be hanging probably from here on out. But Thermarest Neo Air all season. Love this pad. I got it with the compact chair kit, and what I like to do with this, really love this thing. A, it works as a chair, and B, you can leave it on your pad at night and just lay it down, and then I'll take my pillow stuff sack and wedge it up under there, and it doesn't shift around at night right by my head, and that way it's kind of a nice little sleep system. And then in the morning you can just pull the sides down, and you've got a chair all the way down to almost your feet. But yeah, love this pad. It's awesome. Okay. Alright, and also my sleeping bag is my old Moonstone 20 degree synthetic. Tried and true. It's held up a long time. It kept me warm last night. I've got my Diddy bag, pretty much, headlamp, first aid, personal stuff, batteries, repair stuff, that kind of thing. I got a video on that already. I brought my clothing bag, which is typically always the same. I've got cap 3 top and bottoms in there, sleep socks, which are pretty much my camp clothes. I've got my balaclava, I've got a pair of liner gloves, and then I usually put like my my nano puff in there, and that's pretty much the clothes that I take all the time. Maybe not summer. For this trip I brought some pardon me, some sealskin waterproof socks, and I use these basically as camp slippers. I'll just put these on over my sleep socks, and I can walk around camp and whatnot and tighten the tent, or nature call, or whatever you need to do, as long as you're not walking too far. They keep your feet dry, and they're pretty insulated, and the material on them, it's real easy to clean. So like if you get leaves and bits of debris and whatnot, but I found them to be a pretty lightweight camp shoe, kind of, if you're careful with them. Maybe good for stream crossings too. I didn't need them for that. My little electronics, I got my phone charging to get my Navigator app going again. I usually bring a little fleece bag that at night I'll put my phone, charger, camera if I have one, any kind of electronic thing I'll shove in there and throw it in my sleeping bag just to kind of keep it warm at night when it's cold. Little, I think this is like a ½ liter Platy. I usually take one, usually for drink mixes. I forgot to bring juice mix, so I don't know, I'll probably fill that thing up with water. Pack towel, yeah, I could have left that at home, didn't really need that at all. And my stuff sack that I put my the tent, I put the notch in that. Sometimes I bring the actual factory one, but I kind of like this one because it fills up more space in my pack. Alright, and cooking. I've got my fuel, that goes on the outside pocket of my backpack. My cook kit, everything in there, lid. Get that closed up. And that goes on the outside of the pack too. Then my trusty old Sierra cup also goes on the outside of the pack, and that's pretty much my cook system right there. Food. I keep all my food in one of these op sacks. I like them a lot. I think they work really, really well. Pretty much just got my cozy in there. I had my meal from last night in there. Cliff Bar, Snickers, you know, that kind of thing I usually keep in there. I also keep my little kitchen accessory bag in there. It's got the coffee dripper. It's got some coffee filters. It's got, I got some more paper towels. I love those things. It's got like I got some camp soap in there, I guess. That kind of thing. But I just leave that in my food bag, and it makes for, you know, just a place to put all that weird kitchen type stuff. And then I'll seal that all up and put it in that green bag that empty Busch beer can is laying on. Ha ha ha. I brought in a beer last night, and boy, I'm glad I did. It was nice sitting in my chair, having a beer, had a little music going on the phone. It was pretty nice listening to Whippoorwills for the first time this year. That was kind of cool. So I got to crunch him down. I'll end up putting him in the trash bag, putting the trash bag into the op sack with all this stuff, putting all that into the green bag. I've also got my bear line in there. I didn't even use that last night. And cinch that up, and then it goes in the pack. Alright, moving on. And I also brought my trusty Reflectex sit pad, bottom of the tent, extra insulation for the foot, that kind of thing. I fold him up, it goes on the outside of the pack. I got that drying out a little bit. I spilled some water on it. For water filtration, I don't know. I'm back and forth. This is what I'm kind of going with now, is a Platypus 3-liter, the big zip, with the quick connect, and then that goes through the Sawyer 3-in-1 inline filter, and then out. And generally, yeah, I'll put that in my pack and drink it. But what I've made a little modification. I got this. This is from Camelback. Inline adapter, I think. It was like a $7 accessory. And what I did is I took the bite valve off of my drinking tube, the clean tube, because I don't like having to suck water. I prefer to be able to drink it, and I don't like filling up like my water for dinner, what I'm about to boil. I don't like having to pinch the bite valve to drip, 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 a cup and a half, 2 cups of water. So I got this little thing, Platypus inline adapter, and basically it's just a shut off, on off. And it's got kind of a big, it's not that big, but it's got kind of a nozzle in it. And I'm really liking this because I can use it as an inline filter and, put it in my pack and go ahead and turn the valve on and drink out of it, and then turn it off when I'm done and just kind of tuck it in my pack strap. And then at camp, what I like about this is that you can hang your bladder from a tree, run your filter down, and then it's just like a faucet, on and off. You can fill up your cup, you can put your cup there on the ground and turn this thing on and fill it up, or you can drink out of it. I even found it's kind of handy to rinse. You can just do a little shot at a time and rinse stuff off, kind of. And I really, really like it. It fills up my cooking water in whatever vessel it may be quicker. The flow seems to be better, and you can use it, as a typical inline hydration while you're walking. So I'm kind of liking this system. I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. I liked it today, so. Alright, so that's water, and I guess the next thing is the pack. So one sec. Alright, this is my pack. It is a very old, probably like 95, 96 Gregory Reality. They don't even make it anymore. And it's super heavy. It's like close to 5 pounds, I think, with the top lid on it. I, of course, took the top lid off, and it's still way too big and probably still over 4 pounds. The amount of gear that I take now, there's just so much extra room, it's ridiculous. But it carries really, really well. It's been a trusty pack. It's probably going to stick around for like my 4-season, pack mule. But you can access it through the front with a zipper and a mesh separator here into your main compartment. And it's got monstrous mesh side pockets. I mean, this is an old pack. They're kind of stretched out now, but they'll hold all kinds of stuff. And it's got a really solid frame sheet. Very comfortable. Gregory's are really comfortable. Solid hip belt, really rigid, stiff and wide. I like that. It's just too heavy. I could probably drop 2 pounds, maybe more, on just a lighter weight pack that fit my gear a little better. But hey, gotta give props to it. It's got me a lot of miles and some really cool places, and hasn't even missed a stitch. It's great. So that's pretty much it. Pack and the pad, tent, all the little stuff. I'm gonna get this stuff packed up and get walking. I'm kind of excited. Beautiful day. Birds are chirping. I need to find some water and refill that. Alright, here we go, carrying on. Buffalo River from South Maumee to Highway 14. Moving.